Hello, hello. Last day, my BBs, my cosmic boss BBs. How are we doing? Throw me some love in the chat. If we're here, if we're present, we have a few more minutes till we get started. Apologies, as my fiance is on a call in the office. So you might hear him booming in the background, but he'll be done soon, I hope. He knows I like to do my calls in the green room area. So, I'm not green room, sun porch. So, day 5, we are here. 5, the sacred number of transformation and change. That's why we wanted to do this in 5 days. I love the number 5. I have it tattooed on me. Some of you have commented on it on the Instagram. 5 is where the magic happens. 5 is about the sacred angel number of being scared, but doing it anyway, feeling called to take a leap. 5 is the number I see all the time when I know I'm being invited to up level, but I'm so scared to do it. And 5 is the angel number of you can do this, you've got this, change is coming, but you are divinely protected and directed now. So take that leap. You don't have to understand what the path is going to look like. Just know you're going somewhere better. So I got it tattooed on me. Yeah, 5, 11, 11. Sacred, definitely one of the highest vibrating sacred numbers. But yeah, 5 is the number I feel. 11, 11 is like when I know I'm on the right path. 5 is like when I'm kind of know I need to change or do something, but my ego is a little scared. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then I see 5s everywhere. It happened to me when I had to leave my first job. It happened to me when I had to leave my unhealthy engagement. It happened to me when I had to sell my other businesses to launch this business. So that's why I wanted to have 5 days of training, because 5 is the number of the shift in energy. So, I like that. Something is wrong. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, 5, 5, 5, and things are going good. I love that, Kathleen. Okay, yeah, and again, we talk a lot about numerology and the cosmic boss, because especially when you're doing a website or if you offer something, a service you want to charge, tapping into the energy of numbers opens up so much for you and your business. Again, it's about alignment. Also, tuning into your sacred numbers is an offering to your guides that you're paying attention. So we talk a lot about that. Oops, I almost knocked over my coffee. Okay. So I'm sorry if you can hear my boyfriend. I hear my boyfriend, my partner, my fiance. Sorry if you can hear him in the background. He's a very booming voice. He's a Scorpio rising. I feel like he has a lot of intensity. So he's on a work call. Okay, so it's day 5. I'm like very excited. I'm bittersweet. I'm having bittersweet feelings because I feel like I'm with my camp friends, and I'm like so sad to leave all of you. But obviously, a bunch of you, a handful plus of you, have signed up for the Cosmic Boss. So we're gonna get to know each other in this like super intimate mentoring group for the next 6 months. And the rest of you, I definitely hope to see on Instagram, in our community. How do we know our sacred numbers? Good job, Sarah. Well, a good question. You can do numerology. You could figure out first your numerology of your name, those numbers. You could figure out your numerology from your birthday. And then from that, there's a book I can share with you on it that's super, super, super intense. And it's birthday energy, life path energy. You have a year that has a number, and each of those numbers respond to the tarot too. So again, it's like alignment. You have your numbers you came in with, but then you have numbers that kind of appear during different vibrations of your life. So yeah, that's something we talk about in the Cosmic Boss. Hi, Lauren. Welcome, welcome. Okay, it's 5:01. Levi's time, 5:01. Is that a weird dad joke that I just made? So let's talk about, it's the last day. We're going to have a little candy bag here So bad. So let's talk about first of all, how are we feeling just emotionally, separate of the homework? Today is a really pretty rough day in astrology. We're in this kind of bottoming out moment that we've been leading up to for a while, and then we will be on the upswing from here. But I just want to, just let you guys know it's not you. Your life's not a mess. You're not falling apart. It's just today. I mean, I have felt at once so hyped. I had like a bunch of Cosmic Boss enrollment calls today. That got me hyped and on fire. I had a great Instagram live this morning with a sacred sexuality like expert. But then the moments where I wasn't like talking to someone directly, I felt like I couldn't move my body. And I also felt like, when you have to sneeze, I felt like that all day, except for instead of sneezing, they were tears. Like I'm just gonna cry for no reason. So yeah, hard. And I knew something was off. Very tired. I went so emo, right? So again, part of what we talk about a lot in the Cosmic Boss is astrology. And I actually had a good question about that come through on the Instagram. I'm going to dive into it deeper about how we use astrology and how you learn about astrology through the Cosmic Boss. But one big thing is I always do little check-ins. I'm always going to give you an astrological framework. What's coming up the month ahead? What are like opportunities, obstacles, and also just tuning into the energy so we don't think that, something's wrong with us. Because I know before I started studying astrology, I'm very intuitive. I'm psychic. What do you want to call it? Psychic, intuitive. So energy to me is like, it's so real that it's hard for me to separate outer energy and mind. So I'd be having one day fine, and the next day I was either like depressed, couldn't get out of bed, felt so heavy, and I was like, wow, something's wrong with me. Like that's it. So understanding astrology is understanding our rhythms. We're in a really intense day today, so we want to just honor that it's temporary and just feel a little extra grace with ourselves. I'm just catching up on some of this last day of school. Oh, fire. I know, last day of school. This is totally it. Today sucked out loud. It'll get better. Yeah, it really will. Today is like Saturn and Mars, which are two very intense planets, are meeting up in Aquarius, which can just make us feel like we've lost a little bit of our fire, or the world, like the rug pull, it feels like it's pulled out from under us, but it's okay. This is why I like astrology. It's just the weather for today. Just understanding it. And approve for alone. Yes, honey. Yes. Nice early start to the day. Okay. You are thriving during this. Exhausted. New Zealand, full lockdown. Oh, that is a long time to be at home. Yeah, 2 weeks. Just want to curl up and sleep. Mind is racing. Yeah. I know I felt so inspired and tired all at once, which is a very funny feeling. Like my body just wants to like lay, like I'm a human gravity blanket right now. And then my mind's like, you Cosmic Bosses had me like firing off and downloads. And I'm doing a sex, money, moon magic workshop after this. So like my etheric field is lit and my body is like sleepy. So good. Gave money to an instructor, did a gratitude meditation, been blah since. Glass of wine. Yeah, okay. Today was supposed to be a big day for me. Oh, Sarah is this year. It's like, oh, Sarah's in our Cosmic AF community, and I've known her through my Cosmic Shift workshops, and she manifested this really dope job at a really competitive place in New York, being a cycling instructor. Now it's on hold, but I feel you. I feel you. Okay. Pisces moon, right? Quarantine and social isolation. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Arden. We're going to hang in there. We're just going to be like, I haven't properly socialized since March 15th. Yeah, that really hit me this weekend about like, well, I'm not going to see like in person my peoples, my sisters, my community, my clients who I love. Like, yeah. So again, we're just going to honor it. That's part of the Cosmic Boss too. Is like, I'm never going to sit here and be like, everything's rah, perfect all the time, love and light. It's like, no, like sometimes shit sucks and sometimes it's hard. And that's part of being in a community, is having space for that. And, we always say life is rose, bud, thorn. We do an exercise with my clients, like we share the rose, the positive going on, the bud, something we're looking forward to, and then the thorn. And it's all part of the human experience. We feel it all in every moment as a human, especially as a business person, especially as someone who's on a spiritual journey. All these things are really amplified because we're putting ourselves out there so vulnerably. So we experience the highs and the lows, definitely. But this is part of the rich, juicy experience of getting to be a human, or so my guides have told me. Um, okay, so let's talk a little bit about the homework. I had some amazing, I think I'm still catching up because you guys did such a good job with your homework. So if I haven't responded to you, no, I'm coming up to that. I'm going to give everyone a little attention, a little love. Of course, your sacred thirst traps are giving me effing life right now. That is like the sunshine on this astrologically like stormy day. So keep I mean, you can keep those thirst traps coming after this challenge. I'm following the hashtag officially. And really your homework, watching your ideal client, watching you tap into someone else's mind, heart, soul, spirit, and seeing what they're thinking and how can you serve them in this super specific way, not general, like I just want to help people, but getting into their head. It was so cool to watch. And I was like, these people are gonna be so lucky to work with you. And also like, this is more, again, you'll hear in the Cosmic Boss. I also like an intuitive channel. So I'll just say things sometimes that they're not really founded in reality, but I know them to be true because I see them with my third eye. But each one of those things that you guys wrote down, I sensed like a little antenna, a little like bat signal go up, a little like you're subconsciously plugging into someone else's radar now, and you activated something by writing that down. Someone is now looking for you, and it started. So congratulations to anyone that did their exercise. And if you haven't done it, I'm going to give you through tomorrow to finish it because, you know, why not? Extra day. Okay, empowered and thankful for this quarantine to connect, of course, on this webinar. Oh, Maggie, so cute. Thank you. If we had to take a break and a little behind the daily challenges, okay, I had a major depressive issue and I'm just now getting back in. Kathleen, of course, you know, I'm going to be checking things. What's tomorrow? Wednesday, Thursday. You know what? Yeah, you guys do your things through, how does Friday morning feel for you guys? Does that feel good for you guys to get your assignments done? Circle back and I can have a check-in with you guys about them. Or like if anyone emails them or DMs them to me, let's do that. Let's do Friday. I'm just, again, mystic rule breaker. I make a rule, I make a deadline, and then I immediately break it. That's how I roll. Sorry, self, I'm rebelling against you today. So I'm just gonna add on my calendar that I'm gonna collect anyone's homework assignments through Friday, because I've been there. I've been in depressive episodes. I've been overwhelmed. I've been just, like busy or uninspired. So, a little grace, a little grace. People give me grace. Gotta give it right back. And I love it. And I want to encourage that for sure. So Lauren, I want to meme of that. She's not a regular cosmic boss. She's a cool cosmic boss. Okay, cool. So Lisa B, I'm so happy to see you here. Okay, first time making the live chat. Amazing. If this is anybody's first time in the live chat, please let me know. That gets me hyped too. Okay, so homework. Okay, human embodiment of the punk filter right now. Arden, you crack me up. I like separately talked about you on a call I had with a fellow cosmic boss who has onboarding today. I was like, Arden, like that farm though, like when are we gonna make that happen? We're all like eye on the prize on your farm. So you might have like a whole cosmic boss squad manifesting the F out of that farm. Okay, so yeah, I love all of you. I love your energy. I love your engagement on here. It's beautiful. So yeah, we're gonna do a Q&A at the end. We're just gonna do a little review of what we've learned this week, a little recap. Again, these are just tools that I want you to have. And some of you are either launching businesses, some of you don't know what you want to do yet. Some of you are already in a business or in a job that you love. And I talked to some of you who really understood that this is not just about just launching a business, which is a lot, but it's about being the full you in your work. Unless anyone here is independently wealthy or just choose, early retirement or whatever, you probably do some sort of work. And there's really an ability to bring your magic and your medicine and make any career a calling. One of my first private clients I worked with years ago, I had this download about like, people were all going through the spiritual awakening, and people kept coming to my workshops. And this is in New York City, in Manhattan. And people would be like, I love what you said. I don't feel great in my job. Do I need to become like a yoga teacher now? Like I want something spiritual with my life. I want to help people. And this was in like, 4 years ago. And I was like, do you want to be a yoga teacher? And they're like, not really. And like, I went to like Columbia Law School. So I'm like, okay, cool. If the world doesn't need more yoga teachers, just being yoga teachers. Like if that's your calling, if you feel aligned with that, great. But if you have a spiritual truth to share and you have some badass wisdom or skill set, like let's bring that into what you do. So that woman, she ended up creating a fund that helped women, non-binary individuals, and like marginalized people essentially be able to work from home. People who also had mental health issues, didn't want to work the traditional lawyer, like 13-hour days. She just outsourced and paid them to do hourly legal work where they could not have to be in an office all day. They could be taking care of their families, or if they had health issues, or just didn't want to be in this traditional kind of like suffocating workplace. And to me, I'm like, this is it. That is it. That is what I am talking about. So I'm not saying that you have to take this Cosmic Boss program and become like something that doesn't feel good to you. This is about bringing alignment and authenticity into the work you're already doing and showing up just less in your own way, more in you, more in who you are meant to be. And it really trickles out, and it affects every area of your life. Like, we're not going to focus on, let's say, like love and relationships, but please believe when you learn these principles to take better care of yourself, and you're in line with your purpose and your flow and in your power and your calling and prosperity, you're going to make a fucking amazing partner to someone if that's what you want. If you want to be in sacred relationship with someone, don't you want to bring your full self to the table? Like it affects every area of your life, your relationships, your friendships, your community. So, okay. So I just wanted to say that it's like, yes, we're talking about business here, but it's so much bigger than that. Okay. I'm not a regular cosmic boss. I'm a cool cosmic boss. So, okay. So the visionary things that I want you to go over, and again, I just wanted to think of these things that I'm going over, these steps affecting your business, affecting your brand, but just thinking about whenever you want to put something out in the world, you want to create and grow. The first thing, that you want to look at yourself and think about is the why. Why am I here? What is my heart's truth? What are my gifts? What's my purpose? And this is ever evolving and it's dynamic. And there are certain things that you're born with that are yours, but certain things you're going to grow and you're going to blossom, and you're going to have new tendrils and new things expanding and new ideas and inspiration. It's going to, your purpose is evolving. I love like Michelle Obama, her book is like Becoming, because like you're constantly becoming, you're constantly growing. So don't worry about sticking on one thing or that you have to do one thing forever. It's just like plugging into those core parts of you. Number two, as cosmic bosses, we have to be seen, right? We have to be seen in order to put our thing out there. So we move past imposter syndrome and we let ourselves be seen. This is so important. That's why I love like you for doing the sacred thirst traps, especially like the consistency multiple. This is the practice, is to be seen. I've been trying to up my game of being seen. It's so important, and it's such a gift. Each one of you has given me a gift this week with your sacred thirst traps. Looking at them, it's beautiful. So thank you for being seen. We want to. Why is my fiance yell when he's on the phone? He's so quiet all the time. When he's on the phone, he yells. This is quarantine life, okay, guys? 3, feel. Like, what do I feel is the right decision? What do I feel is my truth? How do I trust what I feel? This is so important as a visionary. You have to feel into this, okay? And like I said, the visionary is just the first archetype of the cosmic boss. So this is just like the first step. There's so much more after this, but this is a really great practice. Like, how do I begin to trust myself? How do I take those big leaps that I know that I feel are right, even if my brain doesn't understand it yet? How can I really let the mind take the back seat and trust into my body?
Is this the best number?
Joe. Love you. Because I'm watching this. He's like trying to put the heater in here to keep me warm, but it's really loud. It's the speakerphone. You guys are saying I'm sorry, this is quarantine. I can't even pretend to like be cool and have my life all together. I'm like, Joe, Mom, I'm on the phone with my friends. So, okay, so we're feeling into, we're trusting our bodies, right? Then that's a big one. That's like a thing that we have to come back to over and over again. Okay, and then as a visionary, we want to tune into the scene, the who am I helping, the bringing it outside of ourselves, right? Making it bigger. And then I gave you guys the practice last night that was about like plugging into the big energy of service that you want to be in, and then like moving down, like, okay, well, where in my field, my industry, is there a hole? Where would I want to do it better? What pisses me off about my industry? I love that sacred rage. It's fire energy. And then we go down into the lowest part of the triangle, the most unique, pinpointed, like who is this for? Who needs what I have? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? You know, what keeps them up at night? What do they love to do? And so these aspects of this like visionary is just, these are just tools. Again, like if you don't do Cosmic Boss, if you can't do it now, that's fine. But these are just for yourself to think about anytime you want to do something and get out of that comfort zone and step into that visionary role of like, I want to see beyond the here and now. Like I know as a true Cosmic Boss, I know there's really no such thing as time. We're in a multi-dimensional universe, a multiverse. Time is just a construct. So if I can think something right now, I can create a new potential. I can create a new future for myself. This is really truly the work of being the visionary, okay? So does anybody, we're gonna open it up now. I have some questions for, I have some questions from the Instagram DM and the Instagram questions. And I also wanted to answer any of your guys' questions tonight. So we can talk. Thank you guys for understanding my quarantine life here. It's very funny. So any questions you have about Cosmic Boss, or if you have questions about your homework last night. I have a bunch here. So I'm going to read some while you guys gather your thoughts. If you have something again, this is just the time to kind of ask any questions that you have about anything, mindset, spirituality, strategy, or your homework. So one person said, will you be taking one-on-one clients if they can't make it in time for the Cosmic Boss? So TBH, I'm obsessed with working with people one-on-one, but really the point of the Cosmic Boss is I wanted to create a container so people could work with me for a little bit of a reduced cost for my one-on-one sessions, because Spirit was calling me to do that. And I want to work with more people at once. Like right now, I kind of cap out like 7 clients a month one-on-one because it's very intensive work. Whereas I want to work with like 20 people in the Cosmic Boss. So I won't be taking one-on-one clients, which pains me to say. Like, I hate it. Like Audrey was asking me, she's like, oh, you're going to like my business partner who I'm obsessed with and is my angel and my rock. I was like, I'm so sad to not do my one-on-one, but it's because I really want to pour my attention into this container. You will have one-on-one access to me through that. Like if you sign up before April 2nd, you get one-on-one calls with me. We keep the group kind of small so we can just jam out. The sessions will have more like your video chat on here. So we can just brainstorm, and I will do also like readings for you guys. And of course you get a one-on-one astrology reading with me as part of the Cosmic Boss membership, because I want you to really understand your birth chart. That's the foundation for everything we're going to do, which leads me to my next question. But let's see. Okay, wasn't sure how to apply it to my situation, but I tried my best. Okay, Arden, I appreciate A for effort. If you have a question, you can let me know. I appreciate the effort. My ideal client is probably someone who couldn't afford me to pay for it. Okay. but I understand that I need to make money. So I ended up pretty confused most of the time. What can I do? Okay, Kayla. So if you don't mind me asking, why do you believe that they cannot afford to pay for your service? And what is your service, if you don't mind me asking? I would prefer to help disenfranchised communities. Okay, I love that. Okay, so that is a big part about this also, is like figuring out, we're trying to move past that level of just selling from the icky spot, and how do we serve people? So part of in the Cosmic Boss is like, we will talk about creating offerings and things that are accessible. So like when I first started, I wanted to offer one-on-one sliding scale readings, which I did for a while. For like, I had a coffee shop in Brooklyn. A lot of people came in, or just couldn't afford to work with certain healers, readers, and which was great. But then I started getting burnt out really quickly, because I was like, oh, I can't, like, these $20 readings, like, as I grew up in my business, it kind of was draining all the energy out of me. So I ended up creating, through my business, a portal where people could come, and people who are learning to read tarot could offer sliding scale to get their experience to people in the community. So I know it's not super clear of an answer, but it's like, you can get creative, and there's many ways to help people. Kayla, definitely something that we want to dig into more. But the good thing with the internet now is you can create, like we have our moon community, that's $22 a month. That to me is like, I think most people could afford $22 a month, maybe not, I don't know. But like, we used to do events in the city that were $50 a ticket, charged through a brand, like a company would make us charge that. And I was like, that's great, I like that. Like, they're fine, but I'd rather charge $20 a month and just have people who can come, because online, I don't have an overhead fee. I don't have to pay a company. I don't have to pay rent, obviously. I have to pay like my web developers, my programmers, but that's all stuff you can do for super, super cheap in the beginning. So the good thing about the internet, someone asked me on Instagram, like, do you need to have an Instagram to do Cosmic Boss? And I'm like, no, you really don't, actually. But you probably do have to have some kind of web presence, I will say, or be willing to start one through the Cosmic Boss, because to me, the internet is the high tool of manifestation. Like, you put something out and it literally instantly broadcasts it. Like, where else can you do that? And that's part of, we're living in 2020. We're moving Saturn into Aquarius, which is going to be all about work through innovation, technology, electricity, the internet, altruism, humanitarianism. So like, we need to kind of work with the tools we have. And the internet is a great way to offer things that maybe, to create offerings that you couldn't do in person, in like personal practices. Again, I don't know your exact service, but okay, how does the lover archetype apply to business? I'm trying to start a business dealing with mind, body, and spirit. People can set up nutrition as a base. Oh, yeah, that's all very lover energy. So the archetypes, again, we continue to develop them out and talk about them in the Cosmic Boss, but the lover archetype is, it's your gift. So I want you to think about your archetype as like, when I sit in that gift, when I sit in that archetype, there is a flow that occurs. There is like, I get it. I don't have to swim upstream. I don't have to be like a dog on its hind legs. I am just in my zone. And therefore, when I create from that place, people respond to it. People want what I create from that space because it comes easily to you. Okay. And so the lover archetype is Venus energy. It's beauty. It's love, pleasure, aesthetics. It's like muse energy. It is financial energy too. So, and the lover, like, yeah, brings romance and beauty to things. And we need a lot more of that. So everything that you just described was actually super in line with a lover archetype. And we have a lot of fun in the Cosmic Boss. We do like embodiment and sacred dress up work around our archetypes and the other archetypes we move through. You guys probably already understand, I love archetypes. They're dress up energy for the soul. It's just like an activation of like, right, I want to embody the lover by business. So what would the lover archetype what does their branding look like? What does their Instagram look like? And that's the place where we begin to do this really conscious branding, like creative marketing work from that space. Hi. Okay, so payment plans. What does that look like? I've been laid off December and I've been struggling financially. Okay, so I'm happy you brought this up. So we have a payment plan that's just like to pay the payment plan just in more like pieces in case you don't have the cash flow to pay things up front. But I'm very happy to announce we did have someone, I'm going to keep it anonymous, one of my clients, they're not even involved in this, that I've worked with for many, many years. They are much older. They're definitely living that cosmic boss life. And they give me a little bit of money to disperse over some scholarships. Again, trust me, guys, I am a Cancer rising Pisces moon. I would give this away if my Virgo sun too. I would give this away for free if I could. But definitely spirit shows me like the financial investment is part of you making the investment in yourself. And also I want to have the energy to be able to live my life. Because again, I'm not going to take one-on-one clients. So I have 4 scholarship spots, they are partial, they're not full. Because I'd rather spread them out over 4 spots versus like just giving it to one person. I think that's fair. And that's what they kind of asked me to do. So I have 4 scholarship spots. So if you guys are interested in that, or that's something you want, you can email me, Maddie, M-A-D-I, at sacredspacerevolution.com. You can DM me if you don't remember that, on the Instagram, and you can ask, send me your email. I'll send you the info. I probably just want a little like paragraph of like why. Also, I want definitely like part of why I was happy they did it, and kind of their message with the scholarship too, was to have just, diversity, to have inclusion, to have representation. So again, like when Kayla asked about helping disenfranchised communities, like also look for people who have money and get them to help, because there are people out there who have a shit ton of money and they do want to help. And this is my first time ever experiencing it this way. But yeah, like, and it's magical. Life is magical. It'll be great. And so what I want to, agency life is volatile. Yeah. So you guys email me. Let's have you say like why you want the scholarship if you're interested, and just like, we'll talk a little about your plans and we'll see if it's in alignment. So definitely email me ASAP. The Queer Farm. Love it, Arden. So you guys, my energy. So when I said cosmic energy, the message. So I'm so happy. Okay, great. Yeah. And for those of you who are already signed up and have paid, I appreciate your contribution. I appreciate you showing up for yourself. I also know it's hard. It's a challenge. It feels like a gamble. But like I was saying to one of the cosmic bosses I was talking to today, it like always pays off when you invest in yourself. And that's why it's scary, because if it wasn't scary, everyone would do it. But like, that's how we know the good moments in life, when they're electric and they're charged up. So email me if you need a partial scholarship spot. We have some of those to give away. And then if you're ready and you don't want to wait for the partial scholarship, email me after this. I'll send you the link. You'll have until April 2nd to get those one-on-one sessions with me, which are very juicy and they're very fun. And you can use that at any time. You can use them both now. You can do one now, one in 3 months. So yes. So, okay. Payment plans is one of the DM questions also. Okay. Yes, Keela, there's so much creativity. There's so much energy being open. Sarah, birth chart readings, will I still do those? I'm going to do probably a few birth chart readings a month, just because I do enjoy connecting with people on that. But very limited, probably like 3 spots a month or something, whereas now like my schedule is much more open. So we'll see. Like, it's not, again, that's probably starting May 1st too. Okay, love. Okay, Jamie, you're beautiful. Jamie's Libra archetype also. Arden, so I'm creator, visionary, alchemist. Ooh, yes. Okay, yes. That's a very powerful trio. The ability to get this farm fantasy. Yeah, the farm thing is what I would call, we need to have building blocks to that, because farm, that's a lot of money and time, and it absolutely can happen. My cousin completely manifested like a huge healing space in the woods that has like a chicken coop and a salt house and a salt cave. And like 5 years ago, that felt so daunting to her to even put together a website. So there is like magic that happens when you put your mind to something. But you know, depending on how old you are, I feel like you're young from your Instagram, but like I feel like you might want to start like raising awareness for what you want to do with the farm, maybe figuring out what it looks like, what it feels like. With that, maybe like a Kickstarter fund, or just even having a brand. You're doing something where you can make money in the meantime, where you can kind of start, yeah, building brand awareness, and also just like, yeah, raising funds for this farm. The good news is there's definitely a lot of farm area that's very cheap, especially in like the East Coast. I was looking at Pennsylvania, Jersey, upstate New York. But then it's about like, what are you going to do when you're there, and how do you start building your network and building awareness? So that, yeah, and also I'm not I have worked on farms, but I'm definitely not a farm expert. I will be honest and transparent about that. So I'm going to answer. So someone asked here, how do you use astrology in Cosmic Boss, and where did I study, or how did I learn astrology? So I'll start with the second question first. So I started studying astrology. My cousin I was just talking about, and her mom would always read my numbers, do numerology, and they also always would read my astrology chart. Ooh, cool. Okay, great. Kundalini energy is coming through the YouTube channel. So they taught me astrology, tarot, numerology from a young age. I didn't totally get it, but I would hear them just say things like, "Oh, yeah, like, you know, Saturn is in whatever." You know, I can't think right now. Saturn is in Sagittarius or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Or like, you know, this year they would tell me certain things about my progressed moon, and do my numbers. So I always grew up with it, just like a language around. And then I just started becoming like a voracious reader of all things astrology, about like 7 to 8 in like 2011, 2012. I kind of pay attention to my astrology, but not really super personally. And then someone kind of just gave me a very casual reading. I was working in like a juice press in Manhattan on the side while I was preparing to start my business. I wanted to learn about the juice business and make some side money. And yeah, this guy I was working with just kind of read my chart, and he was like so bang on. He got me. And I was like, oh my God. So then I started reading, just watching videos. And then, a few years ago, I just started studying formally under this man, Samuel Reynolds. He's a really amazing teacher. He's like the president of the Astrological Council and Society in New York and for the East Coast. And he's like OG status. He's been doing this for a very long time. His website is Unlock Astrology. He's a great teacher. And then I've just taken many other courses and seminars. And I was supposed to go to the National Astrology Conference out west, Norwalk, in May, but I don't know if it's going to happen now. I'm constantly to study astrology. It's like you never stop. You're constantly learning about it. So that's a bit of my background. And again, my good friend Colin of Queer Cosmos has taught me a lot about astrology in terms of as it relates to like personal growth. And then how we use astrology in Cosmic Boss. This is really fun because first, the whole thing is astrological based. We align the thing that we're learning about with the zodiac season. So we're doing everything in rhythm with the cosmic rhythm, which just makes things more aligned because you're swimming with that flow, with that current. And then we look at your birth chart in the beginning, you get a birth chart reading. And I use your reading to let you know like what your obstacles, opportunities are, what your gifts, your talents, your superpowers are in your chart, how you can develop a self-care rhythm and routine that works just for you. Because launching your cosmic boss life, like you need to have, your self-care on lock. And then we also look at some of the areas of your chart around like purpose, career, some of your higher calling. We look at your north and south nodes to look at like past life work. And then in the container, the cosmic boss in the group, we're constantly moving through understanding parts of your chart. So it not only is it Aries season, we'll look at, where do you have Aries in your chart? What Aries, what part of your chart rules Aries and is ruled by Aries? And what does that mean for you in your business and how you use that? And we have a ton of fun with it. And so you're kind of learning a lot about astrology and business at the same time. And if you just want to tune out the astrology part, it's fine. It's a guideline. But it really is. It's like a lot of programs, they will have you take like a Myers-Briggs or something like that, or Enneagram test when you're starting like a new job. And I love both those systems, but I use astrology. And then we will probably talk about human design a little bit towards the end after we've integrated and synthesized some of this information. I think human design is another great tool when it comes to business, especially. So Kelsey says, alchemist, mastermind, messenger, first farm. Oh, farm people, maybe we all need to connect. It's been a crazy ride. Arden, oh, I love this. See, already connection, Kelsey and Arden. You guys should chat definitely about farm life. I love that. So, okay, so yeah, and then, someone asked me about like, are we going to go through a recession? TBH, I can't like for sure answer that. I will say my partner keeps his finger on the pulse pretty well of the markets. And then also astrologically, we're not going to hit like a mega recession astrologically is what I see. But definitely, it's good to be smart financially right now. It's good to just feel what's good for you. But there was a thing I saw the other day, and it was all these businesses and ideas that were launched out of the last recession, like Uber, Slack, what were the other groups? They were like a bunch of the things that we use now, like Venmo, Airbnb, like the last recession. I'm like, I'm not saying that you have to be any of those companies, but like there is always this opportunity that comes out of when our society is reshifting and renegotiating itself and figuring out again, like how are we moving through this next chapter? So there is also, I just took a workshop on how to recession proof your business, which I really appreciate. So I will be sharing all that in Cosmic Boss because that's the practical part of life is we just want to feel like we have safety nets in place. We have plans in place. And again, like I really can't, I will be honest, I cannot speak to like certain industries like farming. So that's why I want to like check in one-on-one with you guys about what your intentions are, just so I could be transparent about what I can, what space I can hold for you. But mostly everything else, if you're doing something in a creative field, if you have a product to make, if you want to write something, if you have a podcast you want to write, if you have like a healing or coaching business, a teaching business, if you have, again, a business you're already in, but you just want to activate more of your leadership and more abundance and more confidence in that space, I can and I have done that before. So that's where I feel really confident in. And then, let me see, someone said, am I ready for this? That will probably have to ask in a one-on-one group because only you guys can know that. And some of the calls I had today, you guys heard me. I'm like, I am not like a salesy person at all. I'm like, if this feels aligned, do it. And I'll check in with you guys. Absolutely. But like, you guys trust yourself. You're your own guru. You're your own guiding force. You guys know. And again, like we talked about in the beginning of the week, the difference between fear, like real fear, and the different, and like ego fear of like, what if this doesn't work out? What if I fail? And then there's sometimes fear that is like fun fear, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is so scary, but I feel exhilarated and I feel so alive. If that's the fear you're feeling, like that's like a fun fear we can work with. That means like your heart is ready, your soul is ready, but maybe your brain's like, WTF are we doing? That's cool. We can work with that. So just circling back to that. And then if anybody's any other questions, like, I think we're going to wrap up. I have to get ready for my sex moon money workshop. So, yeah, really, I just hope that this inspired you guys in some way. I hope it brought you back some authentic, feelings into your own business, into your own lives. Oh, you posted questions in the Q&A. Okay, sorry. Yeah, write me emails. Let's talk scholarship. Oh my God, this Q&A thing. Have you ever read or heard of Great at Work by Morton T. Hansen? Oh, no. Okay, I will. Yeah, I love that. I love a good book offer. Okay, Tori Hunt. What is the best way to get people aware of what I'm offering? Well, okay, you got to just talk about it is definitely the first thing. And sometimes that takes getting clear on, how are you visually representing yourself, working through storytelling. This is a big thing we do in Cosmic Boss, creating copy and content that feels authentic to you. And then like just getting people out and talking about it. It's like people maybe one day we can get to a spot. Like I know a lot of my one-on-one clients just find me through referral, but in the beginning I had to talk about what I was doing and we had to put ourselves out there. So to, yeah, be really clear and concise in what we're doing and just be consistent. Like that's really important with any kind of content we're creating and putting ourselves out there and just being okay with it. Like sometimes we're worried about like, oh, bothering people or talking about something too much. Just doing it, just being clear, concise, and consistent in your messaging, and just trusting the right people will find you. How would you recommend I use my archetypes, the creator, the moon, the mist, sun, the creator, the mystic, and the explorer in my goal of being a spiritual life coach? Well, that's a great combo to being a spiritual life coach. The creator, the mystic, and the explorer. One, the creator, you got to get out there and do it and make some things. And part of being a creator is being okay with failing. Like not failing, but like not having things perfect. For everything that someone as a creator creates, not everything's gonna be perfect. And some things are just gonna be like a draft, or some things are gonna be like, oop, in the bin, in the trash bin. The mystic would be definitely, yeah, like again, incorporating, like you said, spirituality, intuitive arts, energy healing, into your spiritual life coach. And the explorer, yeah, like finding, pushing past your own limits and traveling and getting inspiration or reading about exotic places or reading about other cultures, not appropriating them, of course, but honoring other cultures, letting them, like studying them, letting it light you up. These are things that will all kind of like infuse into your business, and as much as like giving like a 2-minute answer, but each one of those, you can write it out in like 3 columns. And like, what are my gifts here under these archetypes and how can they feed back into my business? To pages for the birth chart reading. Yeah, I will be doing some birth chart readings through the quarantine, let's say, for you guys. Like if you can't do the Cosmic Boss, you can definitely reach out about a birth chart reading. I'll probably put my new policies into effect May 1st. So yeah, so if you want a birth chart reading and that's all you want, and that's really important to you, definitely, I love it. Reach out and we can figure it out from there. Yes, you can do it for all aspects of your sign. Bad dreams, yes, that's a whole other conversation. Creative sun, yes. Learn to trust my gut more. Yes. Energy detox sessions with Maddie. You're so helpful. Thank you, Jamie. Yes. You guys check out my website. I'm going to leave all my services up there, definitely through the quarantine. But there are many, many ways to work with me, and I'm going to keep them all up because we all need energy clearing right now. We need guidance. We need all that good stuff. And also, I would love to connect with you one-on-one. Okay. So I love it. I'm super happy to have met all of you. I'm going to be following up with an email tomorrow morning, checking in. If you're interested in the scholarship, just please email me, like, why you think you'd be a good fit for this, and we'll take it from there. And then that's it. So enrollment through April 2nd, you get those one-on-one spots, but you have until April 12th is when we actually, like, that's the last day. So I want you to think about this. Have time, don't feel rushed. That's 12 days away. Okay. A lot can change in 12 days. And remember, money is energy. We're going to be talking about in the workshop tonight. Money is energy. Okay. I have to remind myself that all the time. So if you just really want this and it's something you want, think about it, manifest it, pray upon it, put it on your altar, and just see what happens in the next 12 days. Okay. I've experienced wild things in my life in 12 days. I've manifested crazy ass shit. Okay. So we'll fill up. Yeah. Think about it through. Yeah, we are definitely feeling spots, but we have a good amount left. So you guys just let me know. Okay. Love, love, love to each of you. This has been a wild ride. It has invigorated me, inspired me. It has uplifted me. You guys have brought me life. You guys are all visionaries. You're all cosmic bosses. And I just cannot wait to see what each and every one of you do. And I'll be here cheering you on every step of the way. Okay? Off, a cool cosmic boss. Okay, great. Off to talk about sex, money, moon magic with my Cosmic AF community. Christine on YouTube, thank you for chiming in. I love your Kundalini experience. Everyone else, have a great night. Thank you, thank you. So nice to meet you, Cosmic Boss Dad jokes. It's really me. I'm gonna go apologize to my fiance for being like, get out of here. Okay, bye everyone.